We're almost done here. We just have to fight another pair of trainers, and we'll be done with this portion of Stark Mountain. But that doesn't mean we're done with Stark Mountain entirely, because I still have to come back here to capture Heatran, and grab the items I couldn't get during my first trip through this place. Also, if you remember, I said I have to come back to Stark Mountain one more time to capture Groudon. But that won't be until after I get the red orb from Steven. But even then, I still have quite a ways to go before I get the red orb. First, I have to give Steven the Magma Stone, then show him Latios and Latias, and finally the Reggie Trio. And only then will Steven give me the red orb, along with the blue orb and the jade orb. But I'll give it one thing. At least I won't have to go through the entirety of Stark Mountain just to get to Groudon, because if you remember, there was a rift in the first room of this place, so that means I won't have to go very far to encounter Groudon, which I guess is good. Anyway, we're now in the month of February, and you know what that means, right? Two things. One, another Terray Battle event, and two, Pokemon Day. But for Pokemon Day, that's not going to happen until February 27th, so we're going to have to wait quite a while for that day to come. But as for that Terray Battle event, well, that's not going to be until the 14th, until the 16th. So that Terray Battle event is going to feature a 5-star Milcery. If you defeat it, then you'll get lots of stuff, including Sweets to Evolve Milcery. I never really used that thing because, well, it seems to me that I have to spin in a certain direction just to get that thing to evolve, which I never really did. Well, there's a whole bunch of items that you can't use to evolve Milcery into various forms of Alcremie, which I never did since, well, I'm not really sure how long I'm supposed to spin for, because, well, I looked up on Cerebi, and yeah, there are various items that you could stick on your Milcery in hopes of evolving it. But I never once did it because, yeah, a lot of those are kind of confusing. The evolution methods, that is. But still, Alcremie, special attack and special defense, well, yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, I should know because one time I did face a terrestrialized Alcremie, and yeah, I will admit that thing gave me quite a bit of trouble. Mostly because I didn't remember its stats by heart. Anyway, as for Pokemon Day, well, I really hope what we're going to see in that future video is something that we've been wanting to see for the longest time. Possibly the stars being revealed, and also potential Mega Evolutions for certain Pokemon. I mean, it's kind of strange how they kept us in the dark for so long when it comes to revealing a new Pokemon game, because that's not really like Game Freak to do that. Also, I take it maybe they're going to reveal when the game itself is going to come out. Well, if I were to take a wild guess, maybe sometime around the holiday season, like, I don't know, maybe November, because that's usually when the games come out. Or I could be wrong about that because, well, it all depends on how much content is in the game. I mean, it does take quite a bit of time to make a video game, that goes without saying. So yeah, I'm still going to say maybe it's going to come out by maybe November, because yeah, that's usually how it is. Okay, I'm just going to use Moonlight so that way I could get some HP back, because yeah, those two look like they could take down Cresselia given how its HP isn't looking so good. Now, I'm surprised Play-Doh is still hanging in there, because at this point it should be dead by now. And it looks like it's going to die thanks to that high jump kick. Oh yeah, that's right, Blaziken has Speed Boost as an ability, because, you know, everybody loves Speed Boost on that thing, myself included. Well, to be honest, I think Speed Boost is better off being used for competitive battling, since I don't see how good it could be for in-game purposes. Okay, I hope Cloyster uses Icicle Spear on that Dragonite. Or maybe not, because, well, okay, maybe Psychic could possibly one-shot Blaziken. Yeah, that's the thing with teaming with the stat trainers. Sometimes, yeah, you want them to do one thing, but they end up doing something else entirely. Well, after all, they're pretty much AI trainers, so yeah, you can expect the unexpected. Okay, I believe my Reflect is still up, so hopefully that Outrage doesn't do too much. Oh yep, I figured as much that Cloyster was going to use Hydro Pump. Okay, I take it was aiming for Blaziken. Okay, I believe the person on the left has one more Pokemon, so I'm just going to put up a Reflect against, that way I could cushion the blow. I mean, if this was the original games, like Platinum, then I probably wouldn't even have to use Reflect, but given how hard some of these Pokemon hit, it's sort of a safety precaution. Okay, good thing Dragonite killed itself. Well, not that it mattered anyway because, well, it wasn't really doing a whole lot to me anyway. So yeah, back to February 27th. Well, hopefully we get a good look at what the game is going to look like, as well as potential gameplay. I mean, when Legends Arceus was first announced, yeah, I was really excited for that game coming out, and also, well, I was kind of, how should I put it? I was kind of concerned because, well, it's something that I've never really experienced before. Strong style and agile style, I think it was. So yeah, it's something that I haven't been adapted to yet, so yeah, I guess I was kind of nervous. Yeah, let's just put it that way. I was kind of nervous when Legends Arceus was coming out because it's something I've never experienced before. Okay, given how Cloyster's... Oh, okay, its HP isn't doing so good, so it looks like that Hydro Pump is going to take it down. I was going to say that Cloyster's special defense is complete crap, so I'm not surprised that Hydro Pump is going to take it down. So yeah, as for Pokemon getting potential evolutions, as I talked about last video, yeah, I did say Avalugg and Goodra. Let's see. Well, given how Braviary got a Hisuian form back in Legends Arceus, I wouldn't be surprised if Braviary were to get a Mega Evolution. I mean, can you imagine if something like that were to get a Mega Evolution? Well, to be honest, I'm not really sure if that's a good idea because I'm not really sure how many people use Braviary. Oh man, I thought that Solar Beam was headed for Kingdra. Because it just used Dragon Dance, and yeah, its attacks are probably going to hurt a lot more. Well, actually, maybe not because I believe Hydro Pump is not going to get boosted by Dragon Dance. I think it has Outrage on it. Oh, yep, definitely. Okay, since the Reflect is still up, that means Torkoal should survive this. Let me guess, critical hits? Yep, I figured as much. I know critical hit when I see it. Well, that sucks. Well, it doesn't matter because Kingdra's practically dead anyway, so yeah, it's all good. Okay, we beat the last two trainers in Stark Mountain, so now I could proceed to the final room of Stark Mountain. Yeah, I will admit, a lot of these trainers gave me a little bit of trouble, mostly because, well, I guess Buck's Pokemon was doing something else entirely. Yeah, as I said, it's kind of frustrating teaming with these guys sometimes because, yeah, you want them to do one thing, but they do something else entirely. But I'll give it one thing, at least Buck has more than one Pokemon, so that means I'm not going to be alone because, well, okay, I will admit, maybe I was alone quite a few times here, but I don't think it would be as bad as it was in Platinum, because the trainers there, I guess I could take them 2-on-1, but then again, maybe that's not a good idea, because, yeah, that could possibly overwhelm you. I mean, I should know because, yeah, I've been in situations where I was completely overwhelmed because of the circumstances. Like, say, in Legends Arceus, I seem to recall 4 Pokemon popping up right in front of me in those time-space distortions, I think they were called. Yeah, it's really hard to dodge attacks when 4 Pokemon at the same time are shooting at you. Also, if I try to fight 4 Pokemon at once, then yeah, that's just going to get absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I even tried to do that once because I wanted to capture some Pokemon, but yeah, taking 4 attacks all at once, yeah, that's just asking for too much. Well, if something like that were to happen in Legends ZA, then hopefully I could handle whatever those time-space distortions are going to throw at me. Yeah, something tells me maybe I could have done a little bit better when it came to those time-space distortions, but yeah, I guess I was sort of reckless. Yeah, I'll admit it. Maybe I was reckless when it came to those time-space distortions because I was trying to collect as many items as I could, and also capture as many Pokemon as I could. But there's a potential chance that you could encounter Alpha Pokemon in those time-space distortions, and yeah, that is something else entirely because, yeah, you know those things won't hesitate to kill you. Yeah, I know from experience because, yeah, I played around with those things so many times, and yeah, I will admit sometimes I made a few mistakes when it came to those Alpha Pokemon. Speaking of which, if those alpha Pokemon were to show up again in Legends EA, then I guess that's good because, well, I did use one of those alpha Pokemon one time. I believe I captured that alpha Hisuian Sliggoo, and yeah, that thing served me well. Well, even though sometimes it disobeyed me, but it doesn't matter because I got enough credits so that way I could keep on battling with it. Okay, we finally made it, and it only took me like, what, 5 videos? Or I could be wrong about that because, yeah, I completely lost count at this point. Okay, let's follow Buck and confront Team Galactic. Okay, and upon entering, Charon is complaining how no one else is helping him with his plan, especially since Cyrus disappeared. Mars and Jupiter left Team Galactic, and now Saturn is thinking more clearly. But of course, yeah, it looks like Charon is still going to go along with his plan. Once again, as I said, if his goal was to capture Heatran, then maybe he would be a huge threat. But no, his goal is just to he wants the Magma Stone so that way he could control the volcano's eruptions in hopes he'll make a huge profit. Well, he already said what was going on. Okay, it's kind of strange how he noticed us right as he was picking up the Magma Stone. Yeah, he's saying it right there. He wants to control the volcano's eruptions and extort money by the millions. Fear me, huh? No, I'm not gonna fear you because when I see you, I just laugh. And all of a sudden, a random Krogan comes out of that boulder and swipes the Magma Stone. So, who's behind this? Well, I'll give you one guess. None other than Looker. Okay, so he was disguising himself as a boulder. You know, I wonder what would happen if we were to break that boulder. But of course, we'll never know that because as soon as we came in here, the cutscene already began. Anyway, Looker is here to arrest Charon, so it looks like Charon's plan is going to fail. And the grunts are not liking what they're seeing, and the only thing they could do now is make a break for it, and leave Charon to take the heat. No pun intended. Okay, now Charon's going to deny everything he just said, despite the fact that Looker was right there to hear everything. All said and jest. Yeah, he's pretty much a joke at this point. Well, I guess this is what happens when you have a huge chip on your shoulder, and he's trying to deny everything again. Yeah, that's not going to work, especially since Looker was there to hear it. Okay, now here comes some more officers to take Charon away. It's kind of strange how these guys managed to make it here in so little time. Okay, with that, and Charon is finally out of here. Okay, now Looker wants to talk to us, but first, we should exit this place because it's pretty hot. Okay, we're finally outside again. Why would you eat the volcanic ash? I mean, I've never been anywhere near volcanic ash, so I'm pretty sure it doesn't taste very good. Why don't you try snowflakes? I'm sure they taste better. Okay, as Looker is saying, Charon was after the Magma Stone, which is supposed to control Heatran. But since he still has it, does that mean Heatran's going to wake up, as he's saying right now? Well, I guess not, because, yeah, Buck is gonna put the Magma Stone back. Well, better him than me, because, well, I'm gonna have to come back here anyway, so I guess I won't have to make additional trips through Stark Mountain. Okay, now Looker's gonna tell us what he's been doing since we last saw him at Mount Coronet. Okay, since he knew what Charon was gonna do, he disguised himself as a boulder, and now that Charon is securely within police custody, Team Galactic is no longer a threat. Well, it was practically over anyway when Cyrus disappeared, so yeah, there's nothing else left to say. Okay, now I can go after Heatran later on, as soon as I go back to the battleground and talk to Buck there. Okay, we're going to see Buck later on. Okay, I'm not really sure why they had to show Buck going along that pathway, but whatever. Okay, now Looker's going to take his leave as well. Well, this is the last time we're going to see him. Well, actually, that's not entirely true. If you want to see him again, try the Veilstone Game Corner. Yeah, he's going to be there for the rest of the game. So, yeah, if you want to see him for some reason, try the Veilstone Game Corner. Okay, I think that's going to do it for today. So next time, we're going to go to the battleground and finally, hopefully, encounter Heatran. See you next time.